What's up everyone, ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the NECA Predator Machiko, or Machiko, however you want to pronounce it, action figure. And this is a figure I've been waiting quite a long time for. This is a character that probably not everyone is familiar with, but I'll give you a quick little background in just a minute. First, I just want to go over the packaging. It's your typical old style blister card packaging right here. I kind of wish that this figure in particular was in an Ultimates package, but you know, for what she comes with, I feel like this is fitting. I just kind of wish that you would get that resealable aspect to this style packaging, because once you break open this blister, that's pretty much it, and these are pretty much meant for adult collectors anyway. So for now, here we have, it says Predator on the bottom, it says Machiko, and then it says it has over 25 points of articulation, includes a rifle, a removable mask, and a backpack. So pretty cool. And then flipping around to the back, we have the other three figures in the wave, which is the Broken Tusk, aka Deshande. We also have the Hornhead Predator, which I already shot a review of. I've actually done reviews of both of these, and this is rounding out the wave with Machiko. Over here we have some picture of the artwork from the AVP series from Dark Horse. Looks really good. And then we have a nice little read-up, so you can pause it and read it if you can. Okay, and let's not waste any more time. We'll be right back with Machiko out of packaging. Okay, and we're back with Machiko out of packaging, and I gotta say, she looks really good. For a figure that's not an Ultimates figure, I think she comes with a plethora of good accessories right here. She not only does she come with her plasma caster backpack, she also comes with her mask, which is removable, and I have to say that the mask is a really good fitment for that face. Also, she does come with her blaster. Now, this is supposed to be a 12.5 millimeter gun, and it's supposed to be a revolver, I believe. It doesn't look like a revolver, though. It looks like some sort of plasma gun or something along those lines. But anyway, she also does come with an alternate hand, which you can switch right here, as we can see right there. Really nice sculpt with the hand. I think the overall the glove portion looks really good. It's just an open gesturing hand, so you can swap that out with the closed-fisted hand for the bladed section. But it's nice that they did include at least one hand with her. I think that's pretty nice, seeing as she does come with a gun. So you're going to want to have her, if you want to have her two-hand that gun. She's basically a lefty, so therefore you need an open hand on the right hand side. A little backstory on Machiko. Machiko's full name is Machiko Noguchi. She is obviously Japanese. If you want to check out some of her read-ups, you can check out AVP. She's pretty much on the cover with Broken Tusks, aka Deshande. Or if you want to check out AVP 3 World War, I definitely highly suggest both of those. They're both fantastic runs for her, and overall just good story arcs, to be honest with you. Really, the only other action figures that we really got is pretty much this one right here. We also got a Hot Toy statue a long time ago, and then a Sideshow Collectible statue also, and there's an Eagle Moss figure floating around there somewhere as far as my research goes. But she's a part of Chingusa Corp, which is basically they sell the harvest from the ranching colony of Prosperity Wells, which she's in charge of at the time, before she became blooded, which she was blooded by Deshande, aka the Broken Tusk Predator. She killed another predator named Shorty in one-on-one hand-to-hand combat, and she also killed a hunting captain. Which I think she also killed a Bad Blood Predator. I might be mistaken there. But she also killed 2 xenomorphs and an alien queen by shutting the door on its head and chopping the head off, which is pretty a good resume right there, I do have to say. But she also gives us the interesting thing about her, and a lot of people don't like her because they think she's a Oh, she's a Mary Sue. She's just a strong female character. Listen, this was written written way before all of that all started. Okay, first of all. Second of all, I don't really think she's a Mary Sue. I think everything that she's gone through, she's earned. She's got a really good arc from beginning to middle to end. And to be honest with you, I think she's worthwhile. And she also gives the readers a really good grasp from a perspective that we don't really get, which is a human perspective working with the Yautja. Like, we don't get a whole lot of that. There's a whole lot of stories with the Yautja working with humans, but a human working within a clan and being blooded. And then I think she actually turns bad blood for a little bit. But to no avail. I thought it was an interesting story enough. Whether it's female or male is irrelevant, I think. And I think she's a cool character, and she's was wanted enough where we actually got a 6-inch action figure for her, and I think she's maybe going a little bit underappreciated. But I think she looks fantastic. Like I said, I think she's got a good story. If you haven't had a chance to read up on her, I gave you those 2 stories. You can go read up on her if you want to. And but anyway, let's get to the figure itself here. Like I said, she does come with a removable mask, and you can just pop that off. Let me just say that this removable mask actually does fit in quite well. It's nice and snug on the face. Really don't have any issues with the mask fitment at all, which is probably going to be a little bit easier due to her being human, but still, to nonetheless, it does fit in there nicely. It actually, her hair actually helps keep that mask nice and pinched in on her face, and it also doesn't rub up on her face, causing the paint to scrape off or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, on her forehead, you can see her blooded symbol right there. That is a part of the clan that Shande had marked her with, so that's her clan logo. Looks pretty cool. You can actually tell that in Alien vs. Predator, the movie, they tried to use a little bit of that. Obviously, those were different clan logos, but you can tell that that's maybe the route that they were headed. I think there were supposed to be a couple more movies after Requiem, but we all know that that's not going to happen. So, but just taking a look at her, overall, I like this paint deco she's got. It's a nice contrast between comic book and a little bit of realism there, too. I think it looks really good, and I like all the sculpting for her breastplate. This is an all-new sculpt for her. I think it looks fantastic, and I really do like it quite a bit. Her wrist blades are very well done. This is a newer sculpt for her wrist blades, and obviously her wrist blades are going to be a little bit smaller than some of the Predators, just due to her being a smaller frame. But it fits well. I think it looks good. It doesn't look too large on her wrist or anything like that. It doesn't look awkward. She's got some nice sculpted elbow pads right there. Nice shoulder pauldron right there. Beautifully done with the paint applications and everything. And we also can see that she's got her gloved hand right there. Looks very nice. The breastplate looks pretty good. Don't have any issues with any paint slop or anything like that with the breastplate. I think everything looks really good. Very armor mixed with a little bit of an organic feel to it. Looks very nicely done. Almost looks like there's some abs right here and then some rib cage right there. Looks pretty cool. I like it. As far as the crotch piece right there, it looks really nice, I think, for the crotch covering piece. And then we have some thigh armor right here with a little bit of blue. I want to say, not so much blue, a little bit turquoise shading going throughout there. Looks nice. Then we got the Machiko tush. Looks pretty good. Nice tush. And then we have also this nice fish netting, and it's all sculpted in. And the paint on the lines is pretty well done. You get a little bit of slop right here. It's not the biggest deal in the world, though. And then moving on to the legs. The legs look really well done. Very pleased with the overall knee armor right here. And the knee armor doesn't get in the way of articulation or anything like that. You can extend her leg as much as you want, but we'll get to that in articulation. She also has really nice shin armor right here, a nice black going throughout right there for her shin armor. Everything looks really good. I like this almost like World War II-esque little padding foot covering right there. It looks really good. Very pleased with that. Nice little nod to, I guess, a little bit of a World War II esque look right there. I think it looks nice. And then moving on over here to her face sculpt. Let me just get her gun out of the way. Her face sculpt looks really good. The eyes are pretty solid. They might be a little bit white or bright-eyed, but I think overall it looks really good. Nice scarring for that clan logo on her forehead too. It's a little bit of a brighter red, but I think it works overall for her face sculpt. She doesn't have googly eyes or anything like that. I think the eyes are, I guess you could consider this one going off a little bit, but I mean, you really have to nitpick and stare at it for a while to really notice that. But I think the eyes are pretty solid. Moving on to the hair. The hair looks very well done. I really like this hair. It's pretty much all one piece. Let me just double check that. Oh no, it is multiple pieces. You have a piece right here, and then you have another piece right there, and then another piece there, and then you have pieces here, and then this separate piece on the side. So multiple pieces right there. I retract my previous statement, but obviously you can see the Yautja have given her little clasps right here on her braids. It looks really good. The paint's a little bit sloppy around this area. It's not the worst thing in the world for the decorations for her hair. I don't really think that's that big of a deal, to be honest with you. As far as the plasma caster goes, it looks really good. Very nicely done. I like the little bit of a subtle blue right here. It looks good just on the plasma caster itself, giving off that comic book, Dark Horse comic book feel to it. Really nice job with this other shoulder pauldron right here. And these are a pliable plastic, so you can pull them back if you need to. So that's nice. If they do get in the way, they will flex, so it's not a big deal if they do start flexing, just to point that out. Over here we have her self-destruct gauntlet right here, which is pretty nice. And then we have another elbow pad, which is nicely sculpted as well. Everything pretty consistent with paint applications. You've got some flat grays with some metallic grays. Everything looks really good. Everything plays off each other pretty well. We've got a little purple thong right there for her tookish right there. Looks pretty good. I don't believe the backpack is removable. I think it's pretty much attached, and it comes attached in the packaging, so just in case you were wondering about that. Moving on to her gun here. Looks pretty cool. I really actually like the design of this. Very unique looking. It really does feel like it's in that Alien, Predator, Terminator, Blade Runner universe, that whole shared universe, you know. So I think that's pretty cool. You obviously have some nice kind of like metallic grays right here for the nozzle of the gun, or the muzzle of the gun, excuse me, and the grip right here on the top of the barrel right here, going down over here. And then we have some nice black for the handle grip right there. It looks pretty good. A little bit of black right here for more of a grip, I guess, supposedly. That would be the official grip right there. But I guess you could put the hand wherever you want. It mirrors on the other side, but really nice black paint shading going throughout the gun itself. Don't have any issues with that. Very nicely done as far as the paint applications, the sculpt, and the originality of the gun. I think it looks really good. Okay, I already showed the hand, so we'll get to the mask next. And very nicely done with the mask. We've got a little bit of, like, I want to say battle damage right here. It's just painted on. And we got some nice black paint shading going throughout the crest of the top section of the mask. We've got some two little hoses that attach to the mask, which is pretty cool. We got some orange eyes for Machiko. And then we also have her targeting system right here for near the right eye. Flipping it around to the inside, and NECA always does it well with the inside of the paint detail, even though we don't really see too much of the inside of the paint detail because it's either on her face or being held. I think it's really nice touch that they do give us that. I really do appreciate that. We've got some nice orange for the eyes, which is consistent with the outside. And then we have some gold on the inside mixed with some silver. Looks very well done. Very pleased with the overall sculpt and detail here with Machiko. Okay, as far as her articulation does go, her head can swivel side to side a little bit. It's a little bit hindered, obviously, due to the sculpting of the hair, and obviously the plasma caster constantly getting in the way here. That's just kind of like a Predator action figure thing. now that we should be used to. There is a little bit of give in this hair due to these being separately sculpted. I feel like if this was all one piece, you wouldn't be able to get that flexibility that you have here, but you can push that hair back and get her head up a little bit. Her head can look down. Her head can tilt side to side. Let's see if she's got some jive turkeys. No jive turkeys. No gobbles. The plasma caster is on a little ball peg, so you can swivel it as well, as it does have a hinge joint right there, so that's nice for the plasma caster. The arms can go up nicely like that, and both of them can just like that. So nice hinge joints on the arm. It can swivel on both sides, and you can do a full 360 rotation, even though you have a plasma caster right here. It doesn't really get in the way of the arm. We do have a bicep swivel on both sides, a double jointed elbow, which is really nice. That's a very well done double jointed elbow on that. And then we do have a bicep, or I should say a glove swivel. And then we have a wrist swivel right here. We do have a wrist hinge, which does go back and forth, including the other side here, which does go back and forth. And let me double check the other hand. The hand goes up and down in that kind of pistol style. So that's the only one that goes up and down. These go left and right. But we do have the swivel there. And then we also have the diaphragm joint, which can swivel right here. It can crunch back. It can crunch forward. It can pivot side to side. And then we also have a waist swivel right there. So there's that, and that can move a little bit. There's a little bit of movement there. She can do the splits about that far. Her legs can go forward. Her legs can go back. She does have an upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee, which is a little bit more than 90 degrees. She does have a swivel at the ankle. She can point the heel. She can point the toe. She does have toe articulation, and she can kind of pivot side to side. She's on a ball joint right there at the foot. So overall, really good range of motion, very nice articulation for Machiko. Okay, as far as size comparisons go for Machiko, we've got two Marvel Legends here. On the left, we've got Luke Cage on the Hyperion body mold, and on the right, we've got Multiple Man on the Bucky Cat body mold. Okay, up next, we've got two female Marvel Legends. On the left, we've got Psylocke, and on the right, we've got Valkyrie. Up next, we've got two Star Wars Black Series action figures. On the left, we've got Bespin Han Solo. On the right, we've got the Gamorrean Guard. Next up, we've got a DC Universe Classics in Hawkman on the right, and on the left, we've got a WWE Elite action figure in Shawn Michaels. Okay, next up, we've got the AVP arcade game from Capcom. On the right, we've got the Mad Predator, and on the left, we've got the Warrior Predator. Okay, next up, we've got two more characters from the same universe, just from a different time. We've got the NECA Corporal Hicks on the left and the Private Hudson on the right. This is from the Colonial Marines 2-pack. Okay, and last up, of course, we've got a Motu Classics in Vicor on the left, and on the right, we've got Sir Gideon Heavensbrand. Okay, and just because it would be a shame to not add him into this review, I decided to do one more comparison. On the right, you've got Deshande, aka the Broken Tusk Predator. So these two kind of go hand in hand with each other. And then on the left, you've got the Cracked Tusk Predator, which is also an Elder Predator. Okay, so my final thoughts on Machiko is, I think she's a great figure. I just have a couple little things that bother me about her. Just to point this out, while she does have really good range of motion in the arms, it is kind of a pain to get her to look down the sights. Not because of her arms or anything like that. Her arms are actually really well done. It's the head. Due to the plasma caster, you can't really get her to look down the sights. And her being a lefty, she's got to turn towards the right to look down the sights. So she can actually look more to the left than she can the right due to the sculpting of her hair hitting her plasma caster. Now, like I said, I'm not 100% sure if this plasma caster is removable. But, if it were to be removable, you'll get better range of motion in that head, but then you won't have the plasma caster on there. So it's kind of a give or take here. That's my one gripe. The other gripe I have is while these blades on her gauntlet are they do extend out, and I have them fully extended right here. They are kind of chintzy a little bit, and one seems to actually be longer than the other. Now, I've looked at the comic, because I own the comic, and it doesn't show that one is actually longer than the other in the comic, so I'm guessing that's just a quality control issue, something like that. But it is nice that it is nice that she does come with all these accessories. It's pretty cool. I think the accessories that she does come with, it's not overdone with accessories. You know, she comes with everything that she needs. She needs her plasma caster. She needs her rifle right here, or her gun. She needs to have those extended blades on her gauntlet, or her wrist blades, excuse me, and that extra hand with the fist hand I think looks really good. This gives you a little bit more posability, a little bit more options with how you want to have her set up. You don't necessarily have to have her set up with her gun right here. You can just have her set up basically with the wrist blades and the plasma caster if you want to. Also, the removable helmet is one of the best removable helmets I've seen on a Predator action figure. Now, I know this is a human character, but it just fits so nice and snug, and you don't really have to worry about anything really messing up the face sculpt or getting any paint rubbed off or anything like that. So very nicely done with that. Really love the face sculpt. Very pleased to finally get this character. This is the first time that we're getting her, and maybe down the line we'll get an Ultimates version. But to me, I'm very pleased with getting her, and now I can. And it's cool that they actually kind of they gave us Deshande and they gave us Machiko here. It's nice to have that 1-2 punch because they do have a story together. He did blood her, so that's kind of the coup here with this wave. They actually really did make quite good sense. So I'm going to give her 2 thumbs up. There's the other thumb. 2 awkward thumbs up. And yeah, definitely recommend this figure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. That helps me a lot. Be sure to also hit the like button. Hit the bell for notifications until you see 2 little parentheses hanging over the bell. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side.